the judge again on Thursday, March 3rd for final disposition hearing and sexual predator designation. Wow.
Frag from Perverted Justice has just learned something astonishing about the next man heading for our house. He's just been convicted of attempting to solicit sex with a child.
So, right before he has to go into jail next Thursday, he wants to come over and have sex with another minor, or try.
He's talking about Kevin Westerbeck, the man with the bird on his head. Ironically, his screen name is changed for the better 2006, a budget analyst for the military. He's been chatting with someone posing as a 13-year-old virgin, Corinne Destiny forever.
Would you get naked?
Could we turn up the heat so I don't get cold?
Sure.
Laugh out loud. Cool.
Have sex?
Would it be fun?
Of course.
He's arrested
I want you to take a seat in that chair over there.
and taken in for questioning.
I understand you're going to prison already for the same charge, is that correct?
That's correct.
How much time do you have?
11 months.
11 months, and when do you go to prison?
Thursday.
Thursday?
The detectives asked Westerbeck why he admitted to the decoy that he was going to jail. Was he trying to get her sympathy and have one last sexual encounter before being locked up?
Not one for the road.
No.
You understand what I mean by
I
that?
know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. That was not my intent. I learned my lesson the first time.
Obviously not.
No.
Right? Obviously not.
Well, I wasn't coming
You're
in
chatting
for
with the
it.
13-year-old female about your penis size on the internet, and you drove about, what, an hour and a half to get here to meet a 13-year-old female in the middle of the night who you knew by looking at the chats her parents weren't home. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Unbelievably, we find out later there's even more to Westerbeck's criminal past. And not just for soliciting sex with a minor.
What's your address right now?
But for rape. And who was his victim? A young female relative.
She was staying with him for the weekend that he had improperly touched her in a way that would amount to rape under Ohio law.
He says the sexual abuse happened when the girl was visiting Westerbeck. Her exact age at the time is not clear, but we know she was younger than 13.
It was late at night. There was a thunderstorm. She was scared of the storm, so she went to his room because she wanted the comfort of an adult. And ultimately, he pretty much violated that trust and confidence that he had.
But it took more than a year battling in court for Sergeant Atkins to obtain those records.
The whole time that I'm dealing with waiting for these records and not able to charge him, I'm thinking to myself, you know, what if he does this to some other child?
It's attempted unlawful sexual conduct with a minor.
And knowing Westerbeck was in fact caught soliciting other minors, he can't help wondering if there are other victims out there.
I would say the chances are slim that he's only done this 2 times.
He went before a judge in the first case involving the solicitation charge to determine his status as a sex offender.
I am required in this hearing to make a determination as to whether or not I believe, based upon the facts presented, the defendant will commit future sex offenses. In this case, you've made it very clear, Mr. Westerbeck, as to whether or not you'll commit future offenses. This court will make a finding, and I make this finding beyond a reasonable doubt, that you are likely to commit future crimes based upon the evidence before the court today. With that determination, the court will make a finding that you are a sexual predator.